Hi everyone, it's Amanda Johnson back with this week's Thoughtful Thursday, where I offer insights and inspiration and a frog in my throat for you. Hey everyone, it's Amanda Johnson back with this week's Thoughtful Thursday, where I offer insights and inspiration to help you love the life you have so you can have the life you want. This week, I have yet another theme, another pattern that has been emerging in my life, that has been drawing my awareness and attention to it, and that is what I wish to bring to you all today. I'm noticing that I am asking a lot of questions, and by asking questions, I am being revealed many answers, and I also believe that through my curiosity, I'm also paving a way for others to find their own answers. And so the question that has been coming up for me a lot lately is, am I willing? And we're going to talk a lot about this idea of willingness today. So a few months ago, back while I was in Peru last November, I was introduced to a mantra by my shaman, which is, I am willing. And he offered it to us and invited us to use it in all sorts of ways in our lives. And I really was using it to feel into a deeper experience of life and seeing myself being willing to, just face whatever it was that I was facing, to feel whatever it was that I was feeling, and to move through whatever it was that I was trying to move through. And it was really having an impact on my life. Well, fast forward, I started to put that phrase, I am willing, on my phone as its wallpaper so that I could have a daily reminder of this concept. And just recently, over the past even just week or two, I've seen how it shows up even more specifically in my life. And I'm paying even more attention to it, specifically with how it has to do with my willingness to receive and my willingness to receive abundance. So I notice that willingness has been popping up more and more, and I'm seeing it in these very specific ways. And again, I think willingness can cover a full gamut, a full range, a willingness to feel, a willingness to experience. But what I want to speak about today is specifically how I'm seeing it show up in my life in terms of my willingness to receive and how that might inspire or apply to your life. Now, what I notice is that when we aren't willing, and Wayne Dyer talks about this, we have a choice to be willing or to be unwilling. And when we are unwilling to receive in our lives, we are blocking our opportunities. We are blocking the universe from giving us things or presenting us with things that we may not otherwise have known or been aware of. And this is very true in my own life. I just noticed a few days ago when I was speaking with a friend of mine, a very dear friend, who suggested that she might hire me to coach her on something. And in the moment, because I was already being really curious about this idea of willingness, I noticed how I wanted to block that immediately. I wanted to say, no, of course not. You have no reason to hire me, and I would just do that for free. And through this awareness, I saw this pattern of mine of just how often I am unwilling to receive that which I want more of in my life. And I'm curious how many of us that is true for. How many of us are wanting something or desiring something, but then we are unwilling to accept it or to receive it. How many of us have been unwilling to receive a compliment or unwilling to receive a gift? And so just because we want something, just because we want greater connection, or we want more money, or we want to be healthier, doesn't necessarily mean that we are willing. So that is something that I'm noticing and what I'm feeling more into. What I think is possible and what I am seeing is possible in my own life is that as I pay attention to where I am unwilling and then can shift into a state of willingness, incredible things start to happen. Right after that, that moment of my noticing this pattern of mine, I was offered a gift of a free month's worth of support from my branding strategist. and I was willing to receive it. Then after that, I received an invitation to attend a retreat at no charge because I would be supporting the facilitator. And again, I was willing to receive that invitation. And so when I step back and become more willing, abundance shows up in all sorts of ways in my life. And that is possible for you as well. When we let go of this idea that it needs to look a certain way, or it has to come in a certain shape or form or size, then we block what is possible. And so my invitation to you today is to try one simple thing, which is to start to use the word willing more and more in your life. What might that look like? A good friend of mine, Marjorie Warkentin, suggested that we replace the word want with willing. So if you can start to see where are you willing more often in your life, I would be excited to see what starts to open up and what possibilities start to present themselves to you. So that's it for this week. I hope that you got a little inspiration out of today's video. I always appreciate you taking the time to watch these. And I want to remind us that it's not about being more or being better, but it's about being good with being you. And until next time, have a great week.